The world thinks they are ready. The tickets will sell out. The lights will explode. The cheers will be deafening. But right now none of that exists. Right now, there is only a quiet practice room, heavy breathing, and 7 men staring at the mirror. This is not the stage. This is the place where confidence breaks first. Every move has to be sharper than before. Every note has to be stronger than the last tour. Because when you are BTS, good enough has never been enough. They know the expectations are higher than ever. Fans are waiting, the world is watching, and failure is not an option. Hours pass, mistakes repeat, silence grows heavier than the music. Someone misses a step, someone's voice cracks, no one laughs, because this tour is not about fame anymore. It is about proving something to themselves. Can they still do it? Can they still dominate the world stage? After everything they've been through? Before the screams, before the fireworks, before the world tour begins. This is the real battle. The music starts again, not because they are ready, but because stopping feels worse. Their bodies remember the choreography, but their muscles hesitate. What used to be automatic now requires effort. Breathing gets heavier, sweat drips onto the floor. The mirror doesn't lie. This is where doubt begins. They replay the same section. Once, twice, 10 times, still not perfect. A knee feels wrong, a shoulder tightens, a voice feels thinner than yesterday. No one says it out loud, but everyone feels it. The question hangs in the room. Are we pushing too hard? Or not hard enough? They know the world won't care about excuses. The audience will only see the final result. 2 hours on stage, years of reputation on the line. So they push again, not for the cameras, not for the charts, but because this is what it costs to stay at the top. Every step hurts, every note demands more breath. And still, they keep going. Because if this tour fails, it won't be blamed on bad luck. It will be blamed on them. And that fear is stronger than any pain. The room feels smaller now, not because the space changed, but because the pressure did. A song ends, no one claps, no one speaks. Someone bends forward, hands on knees, trying to catch a breath that won't come easily. Someone else stares at the floor, counting seconds instead of beats. This is the moment they never show on stage. The body says stop, the mind says not yet. They've performed through injuries before, through exhaustion, through nights when sleep felt optional. But this time feels different. The margin for error is gone. Every weakness feels exposed. A quiet thought creeps in. What if we can't keep up with our own legacy? The music starts again, slower, heavier, unforgiving. A step is late, a note slips, the song cuts off. Silence, not the comfortable kind, the dangerous kind. This isn't about choreography anymore. It's about confidence. When the tour begins, millions will see strength, but right now, all they feel is vulnerability. They are not fighting the stage. They are fighting time, age, expectations, and the fear that the world might notice. Still, no one walks out. No one gives up, because quitting has never been part of the story. Not now, not here. The argument doesn't start loud. It starts quiet, too quiet. A comment about timing, a suggestion about the setlist, a pause that lasts a little too long. Then someone finally says it. This isn't working. The words hit harder than expected. They've always trusted each other on stage. But now, trust feels fragile. One wants to push harder. Another wants to protect what's left. Different fears, same goal. Voices rise, not in anger, in frustration, because everyone here cares too much. This isn't ego talking, this is pressure speaking through tired bodies. Someone asks the question no one wants to hear. What if this version of us isn't enough anymore? Silence again, but this time, it's honest. They talk about fear, about expectations, about how the world only sees perfection, and never the cost. For the first time, they stop rehearsing, and start listening, not as performers, not as icons, as 7 people, trying to protect what they built together. The tension doesn't disappear, but something changes. The fight isn't against each other. It's against losing themselves in the process. And that realization forces a choice. They don't rush back into practice. First, they breathe, not as performers, not as legends, but as people who have carried the same dream for years. They don't lower the standard. They redefine it. The choreography is adjusted. The setlist is reshaped, not to make it easier, but to make it real. This tour doesn't need to prove the past. It needs to represent who they are now. The music starts again. This time, the room feels different. The steps are cleaner. The voices are steadier, not because the pressure is gone, but because they chose to face it together. They lock eyes in the mirror. This is not about perfection. This is about connection. Every drop of sweat, every argument, every doubt, it all leads here. Soon, the lights will turn on. The crowds will roar. The world will see confidence. But only they will know what it took to stand there again. Before the world tour begins, they make one final promise. No matter how loud the stage gets, they will never forget this room, this fight, this choice, because this is how BTS meets the world. Not unbreakable, but unstoppable.